Hi everyone, this is Elizabeth from Community Word Project, and this is a lesson for the After School Reading Club. And today we're going to work on making plot for a story. So what you'll need for this activity: 1, paper. You can use lined paper if that's what you like to write on. 2, a pencil. 3, a piece of blank paper or construction paper for drawing. 4, colored pencils, crayons, or markers to color with. So what is plot? Plot is what happens in a story and the order that it happens in. You might think of plot as the who, what, where, when, and why of a story. So figuring out the plot of the story is like answering the 5 W's of a story. Another way we think about plot is what a story is about. Here's a fun video to help you learn more about plot.
If you're going to Plot Mountain, you gotta start somewhere. We'll call this the introduction. And guess what happens there? You describe the characters and the settings. That's the who, what, when, and where. The characters are the people that are there. What do they look like? Why should we care? And the setting is the place where they be. What exactly do the characters see on their way to Plot Mountain? At the start of Plot Mountain, you're gonna have to go up. We call this the rising action, and here starts the plot. There's a conflict in the story. You should describe exactly what. Like a character has a problem to work through with themselves or the world. What should they do? Or maybe there's some big arguments or some dramatic natural events on the way up Plot Mountain. Keep going up Plot Mountain until you reach the top. We call this the climax, and here you cannot stop. You must face the biggest problem that leads to a turning point. Here the story is the most intense with emotions, drama, and suspense. But action like this cannot stay. The story must change and go a different way on the top of Plot Mountain. After the top of Plot Mountain, you're gonna start to go down. We call this the falling action, and it lasts until flat ground. There's still action in the story, but it will start to slow down. So the worst is over, yeah, the worst is through, but now what will the characters do? There are still some problems, how long will they last? Then don't forget the ending's coming fast on the way down Plot Mountain. After climbing down Plot Mountain, well, it's gotta end somewhere. We call this the resolution, and what will happen there? You should answer all the questions until you are aware that the conflicts in the story from before aren't there anymore. Unless there's gonna be a sequel or a part 2, and then you'll have to think, what will the characters do the next time on Plot Mountain?
So now let's think about a story that we know. How about the Three Little Pigs? Let's see this video and see what happens, and also see where the story falls on this plot mountain.
The Three Little Pigs. Once upon a time, there were 3 little pigs, and the time came for them to seek their fortunes and build their houses. The first little pig built himself a house of straw. The middle brother decided to build a house of sticks. It wasn't either a very strong house, But the third pig, the oldest, decided to build a house of bricks. He did not mind hard work because he wanted a strong house. Because he knew that in the woods nearby there was a wolf who liked to catch little pigs and eat them up. When the 3 houses were finished, the 3 little pigs were happy dancing and singing. Who is scared of Furious Wolf? Furious Wolf, Furious Wolf, who is scared of Furious Wolf? Just as the first little pig reached his door, out of the woods popped up a big, bad wolf. The little pig squealed with fright and slammed the door. Little pig, let me come in, cried the wolf. Not by the hair of my chinny chin chin, said the little pig. Then I'll huff, and I'll puff, and I'll blow your house in, roared the wolf. And he blew the little straw house. Away raced the little pig to his brother's house of sticks. The wolf was really angry, so went behind the youngest pig, the house of sticks, where the pigs were singing, Who is scared of Furious Wolf? Furious Wolf, Furious Wolf, who is scared of Furious Wolf? Suddenly, the wolf roared. Open the door, let me come in. No, we won't, said the pigs. Then I'll huff, and I'll puff, and I'll blow down your house, roared the wolf, and down the little house of sticks. The 2 little pigs raced away to his big brother's house of bricks and started to sing, Who is scared of Furious Wolf? Furious Wolf, Furious Wolf, who is scared of Furious Wolf? This made the big wolf perfectly furious. Open the door, little pigs, let me come in. No, we won't. Then I'll huff, and I'll puff, and I'll blow down your house. He couldn't blow down the little house of bricks. He decided to climb and get in through the chimney. So he climbed, jumped down, and fell right into a kettle of boiling water. He sprang straight up the chimney again and raced away into the woods. The 3 little pigs never saw him again and spent their time in the strong brick house, dancing and singing. Who is scared of Furious Wolf? Furious Wolf, Furious Wolf, who is scared of Furious Wolf? Furious Wolf. The end.
So what happened in the story? Let's think about the song we just learned. What do we find out in the introduction of the 3 little pigs? Who are the characters? The characters are the 3 little pigs. And what do? They build houses for themselves. So why? You can ask why the pigs built houses. The story says they built their houses because it was time for them to make their fortunes. So basically it was time for them to start making some money and live in their own homes. You might also ask why the oldest pig built his house out of bricks. He did so because he wanted his house to be strong, since he knew there was a wolf around who was trying to get the little pigs. What is the rising action? The 3 little pigs are so happy they built their houses, so they dance and sing together. But then the big wolf comes. He blows down the house of straw, and he blows down the house of sticks too. What is the climax? The little pigs go to their oldest brother's house of bricks, and the wolf comes and tries to blow this one down too. The falling action is how we get to the end of the story. The wolf tries to blow down the house of bricks, but luckily he can't. Then he climbs down the chimney, but he doesn't get in that way either. The end. In the end of the story, the pigs are safe and the wolf runs away. So the pigs dance and sing happily again. Can you think of some stories that you know? What happens in those stories? Today, we're going to work on creating your own plot for a new story. If you watched the previous videos, You can work on creating the plot for the character and setting you already created. If not, that's okay. You can create a completely new story if you want to. First, we're going to use our imaginations. If you were going to create a story, what would happen in your story? Close your eyes and imagine. The 5 W's of your story. This is the fun part. Now you get to make up your story and decide the who, what, when, where, and why. So, who is your story about? When and where does it take place? What does your character do, and why do they do what they do? Now let's do some writing and drawing. Once you know all about your plot, you can write your ideas down. Then you can draw your story on your drawing paper. Try to draw as many details as possible. And of course, have fun. If you want to share your drawing and your story with us, we'd love to see them. You can email your work to arc@communitywordproject.org. Thank you for participating. Have fun and be well.